You say yes to a dinner invitation you can't afford. You spent the last hour stressing over the menu prices. And you ended up splitting a massive bill equally, despite only ordering a side salad. That's not friendship. That's a financial hostage situation with a pretty Instagram filter on top. Here's the uncomfortable truth about your social life that nobody is putting in a budget spreadsheet. The people you love the most may be the single most expensive line item draining your paycheck every month. Not your rent. Not your car payment. Your friends. And before you close this video thinking this is an attack on your relationships, it's not. The villain here isn't your best friend. It's the invisible social architecture. The group chat pressure. The unspoken we all split equally rule. The slow lifestyle creep that happens when your circle quietly upgrades, and you feel the gravitational pull to follow. These systems are designed to extract money from you emotionally, and they work on the smartest women in the room. So here's what you're going to walk away with. 9 specific signs that your friend group is functioning as a hidden tax on your financial life. And 1 precise behavioral shift that will let you protect your money without losing a single friendship. The insight before we even get to the list? Just knowing it's happening gives you a 60-second pause before you say yes. That pause, that single breath of space between the invitation and your automatic response, is worth thousands of dollars over 5 years. Thousands. Now point 1. Point 1. The split bill trap. This is the most financially brutal ritual in female friendship culture. You order the $14 salmon salad. She orders the $68 Wagyu steak and 2 glasses of wine. The bill arrives and someone says the words, "Should we just split it?" And you say yes, because saying no feels petty, because you don't want to be that friend. But here's the math stripped completely bare. If this happens twice a month, you're routinely overpaying by $30 to $50 each time. That's close to $1,200 a year in food you never actually ate. The social pressure is doing exactly what a subscription service does, automatically extracting money without you consciously authorizing the transaction. Point 2. The group trip spiral. Someone in the group chat drops a destination. Everyone says, "Oh, and yes." And suddenly you're locked into a $900 flight and a split Airbnb you can't afford. Because the momentum of 6 women saying yes feels impossible to stop. Behavioral psychologists call this pluralistic ignorance. It's where everyone privately has doubts, but publicly performs excitement, because they assume everyone else is genuinely on board. The result? The whole group ends up financially overextended for a trip that at least 2 or 3 of them couldn't actually afford. The social fear of being the no vote is more powerful than the financial reality staring them in the bank statement. Point 3. The birthday escalation cycle. One person in the group turns 30 and books a dinner at a $200 per head restaurant. Everyone shows up, splits the bill, adds a group gift. Then the next birthday has to match that energy. Then the next. It escalates silently and relentlessly. This is hedonic adaptation working against you. It's the psychological reality that humans adjust quickly to new standards and can never go back to what felt enough before. What started as a $40 birthday dinner is now a $180 obligation. And nobody consciously chose that inflation. Just happened. Point 4. The appearance arms race. Melissa, a 34-year-old marketing manager earning $80,000 a year, noticed something unsettling. She was spending nearly $400 a month more on clothing and beauty. After joining a new friend group, she wasn't buying things she loved. She was buying things that matched the visual standard of the group's Instagram grid. This is the appearance arms race, where your spending on clothes, bags, nails, and hair is no longer driven by personal taste, but by the ambient social standard of the people photographed next to you. The group becomes the algorithm, and you start curating your wardrobe for their feed, not your life. Point 5. The we always go there default. Every friend group has its spots. The brunch place, the cocktail bar, the we always end up at. And those defaults are almost never the affordable option. They're the places that became iconic to the group's identity. Questioning them feels like questioning the friendship itself. The economic trap here is called the status quo bias. Humans prefer familiar choices, even when those choices are actively working against them. You stay loyal to the $22 cocktail bar not because you love it, but because deviating feels like social risk. That loyalty is worth about $3,000 a year. Point 6. The guilt trip gift culture. When someone in the group has a baby, gets married, or lands a big promotion, there's a gift expectation. And the group gift coordinator will almost never suggest a $20 candle. She suggests everyone chip in $80 to $100 each for a massive luxury resort package or a high-end experience box. Because it's from all of us. That phrase, "it's from all of us," is doing enormous financial work. It triggers your sense of collective identity. It makes opting for a lower contribution feel like you're valuing the friendship less. Multiply that by 4 or 5 group events a year. And you're looking at $400 to $500 quietly leaving your account for gifts you had no real say in choosing. This is social proof weaponized against your wallet. Point 7. The venue upgrade drift. 2 years ago, your group met for coffee. Then it became wine. Then it became dinner. Then it became dinner at places with a vibe. The occasion didn't change, you're still just catching up. But the financial cost of catching up tripled. Without a single deliberate conversation. This is lifestyle creep at the friendship level. It doesn't require a raise in income to activate. It only requires one person in the group to subtly upgrade the standard. And the rest follow because nobody wants to suggest going backward. Point 8. The FOMO tax on last-minute plans. When plans are made last minute, and they always are, you end up paying the premium price for everything. The Uber search. The overpriced restaurant because the affordable place is fully booked. The convenience store snacks because you didn't prep. Last-minute social living is quietly one of the most expensive ways to operate. The spontaneity feels fun. The financial aftermath? Just a series of small charges that quietly ate $200 from your account by Monday morning. Point 9. The "we deserve this" justification loop. This is the most psychologically sophisticated trap on this entire list. After a hard week, someone in the group says it. "We deserve this." And suddenly a $300 night out becomes an act of self-care, rather than financial recklessness. The "we deserve this" framing hijacks your rational brain. It reroutes the spending decision straight through your emotional brain. The part that doesn't care about your savings account. Brands have been using this exact language for decades. When your friend group starts using it organically, the social permission it grants is almost impossible to override in the moment. Here is the one behavioral shift that cuts through all 9 of these traps, without ending a single friendship. Institute a personal 24-hour financial pause on every group invitation that involves money. Not a no, a pause. Let me check my calendar and confirm. That one phrase buys you enough distance from the social pressure. Enough space to make a conscious financial decision, rather than an emotionally hijacked one. The women quietly building wealth right now aren't saying no to their friends. They're saying, "let me think about it." And in that thinking space, they're choosing themselves. The same women who've stopped getting financially drained by their social circle, they've also quietly stopped spending money on something else entirely. Status symbols that were never actually buying them respect, only the illusion of it. Click the video on your screen right now, and let's expose exactly which purchases wealthy women silently walked away from, and why the things you think signal success are the precise purchases quietly keeping you behind.